solution to my awful situation. I must go at once to Mabel, and she'll make her a narration. I shall tell her I am bound by duty and my moral senses. Then I don't know what to do about the pending consequences. Now I do not wish to perish by the sword or by the dagger, but a pirate must indulge in little fun of a swine. Were to compliment my vanity would flatter, but I gotta go tonight, so it really doesn't matter.
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 So it really doesn't matter. So it really doesn't matter.
So it really doesn't matter. So it really doesn't matter.
If this were not a little mad and generally silly, I should give you my advice upon the subject willy-nilly. I should show you in a moment how to grapple with the question, and you'd really be astonished at the force of my suggestion. On the subject, I should write you a most valuable letter full of excellent suggestions when I feel a little better. But at present, I'm afraid I am as mad as any hatter, so I sing this song from Ruddy Gore. It really doesn't matter.
What we sing just doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. What we sing just doesn't matter.
What we sing just doesn't matter.
What we sing just doesn't matter. Faster. No, faster. If I'd been so lucky as to have a steady brother who could talk to me as we are talking now to one another, who could give me good advice when he discovered I was erring, was just the very thing for which I knew I am conferring my existence, would have made a rather interesting idyll, and I might have lived and died a very decent individual. This particularly rapid and intelligible matter isn't generally heard, and if it is, it doesn't matter.
If it is, it doesn't matter.
If it is, it doesn't matter. If it is, it doesn't matter.
This particularly rapid, unintelligible matter isn't generally heard. And if it is, it doesn't matter. This particularly rapid, unintelligible matter isn't generally heard. And if it is, it doesn't matter.
Yes!
And you did, Barry Bostwick, Joanne Lilly. Bravo! Good, Barry. We'll be right back.
They have no legal claim, no shadow of a shame will fall upon thy name. Stay, Frederick, stay.
Nay, Mabel, nay. Tonight I quit these walls. The thought my soul appalls, but when stern duty calls, I must obey.
Stay, Frederick, stay.
Mabel, nay.
They have no claim.
The duty's name, the thought my soul appalls, but when stern duty calls,
Stay, Frederick, stay.
I must obey.
Leave me not to pine alone and desolate. No fate seemed fair as mine, no happiness so great. And nature day by day has sung in accents clear. This joyous rounding in
sleepless night to dream where joy is dark and drear and sorrow supreme where nature day by day will sing in autumn. This weary round In 1940 I of age shall be. I'll then return and claim you, I declare it.
It seems so long.
Swear that till then you will be true to me.
Yes, I'll be strong. By all the Stanleys dead and gone, I swear it.
Oh, here is love, and here is true, and here is food for joyous love, for she will be faithful to us soon, till we are wed and even after. Oh, here is love, and here is true. She will be faithful to us soon, till we are wed and even after.
Till we are wed,
And even after.
yes, even after.
Here is love, and here is true, and here is food for joyous laughter. She will be faithful to us soon.
Till we are wed, and even after.
She will be faithful to us soon, till we are wed and even after. Even after. Oh, here is love, and here is true.
Hey! Caroline Payton and Andy Gibb from the huge hit Pirates of Penzance. Bravo! Thank you. We'll be right back after this message.
You end up in the Joseph Papp production of Pirates of Penzance.
Well, I was just, I was asked to do it. That was the biggest challenge of my life, actually.
Well, there was a young lady at that time, obviously, who had a good experience with that whole thing. She was making the transition from a very successful television series, Mork and Mindy, went on to the legitimate stage.
Great.
Ladies and gentlemen, Miss Pam Dauber. Do you think maybe that we could do a little reprise, bring back a number from Pirates here?
What we're going to do is the love ballad between Frederick and Mabel. When Frederick
She was
is...
Mabel, I was Frederick.
Yes,
I
I was
certainly
Mabel.
hope so.
You never know. And it's when Frederick is leaving Mabel to go back and join the pirates, and it's her
Be the slave of duty.
the slave of duty.
That's me.
And this is our love ballad, our parting, when she's begging him not to leave her.
Well, I know you don't want me to accompany you. You've heard me play.
Yeah,
Let me
that's
introduce
true.
our musical conductor, Mr. George Wilde. George?
where joy is dark and drear, and sorrow supreme, where nature day by day will sing in altered tone. This weary round delay, he loves thee, he is gone. Fa la la la, fa la la la. He loves thee, he is gone. Fa la la la. You cast your eyes on me, however plain you be, I love you. I love you. I love you.
Andy Gibb singing Gilbert and Sullivan. Nice to have you with us this afternoon, Andy. Did you like that? I liked it. Now, Andy's a little bit in shock. He had never seen that tape before. No, I've never seen that tape before. You didn't like it? How's it going down there? It's going better than that. Well, that was the beginning of it, right? They shot that when you were rehearsing. That was no audience. That was a dress rehearsal. Yeah, and it's always tough to really get with it. Yes, when there's no audience. It was. It's come a long way since then. I tell you, I saw the show and I loved it. I think it's full of pep and full of dash. And how do you feel about it? I'm just thrilled to be in it. It's we had such a great cast. As you know, Barry Bostwick, Pam Dorber, Joanne Worley, Paxton Whitehead. And we've all just become so close. It's just fun to do every night. Now, when they first told you about this, Andy, how did you feel about it then? Were you a little bit scared? Yeah, I was a little scared. A little doubtful if I could do it, if I could actually pull it off. But when I went and saw the show, the same night as I was asked to do it, and they asked me to stay in New York and go to see the show. So I went and saw it, and I just fell in love with the role of Frederick. And I thought, well, that's an easy role. If anyone could do it, I think I could do it. And I don't think I would have felt the same way just going and, see any other play. That play particularly just hit me, and I really felt I had to do it. Have you ever had that kind of experience before on stage? Actually, yes. When I was 15 in Australia, I stayed 3 weeks in the role of Cinderella. In the play Cinderella, I was Buttons. Oh, Buttons. I played the role of Buttons. I see. Yeah, and in pantomime. But that was in a 2,000-seat theater for 3 weeks. And that was it. And that was the only experience I have got. You must have done shows. So how nervous were you on opening night? Oh, opening night, I was nervous. Yeah. You see, well, don't forget, we opened on June 2nd for previews. And the official opening was June 10th. Right. And I kind of felt, right up to June 9th, I felt that we'd already opened the second, I thought all the nerves had gone until June 10th came. And then everything went wrong. Is there anything you do to kind of calm yourself down before a show like that, show opening? I spend about 5 or 10 minutes in the dressing room alone before I go on, and I just really sit and think about Frederick and prepare about the part. And I got a lot of good advice from my girl, Victoria Principal. You want to talk about her in a minute? Yeah. But anyway, she gave me this advice of just preparing, and it really helps me considerably. I tell you, where you really come into your own is where you're singing to all the ladies and they're standing in front of you. Yeah. I really feel like you're at your most confident right then, and you just really shine. Yeah. It's certainly, I don't know, I put so much into that moment that I think I sweated in that song more than any other song in this song. Well, it shows. It's terrific.
How do you make a superstar Broadway musical dream come true? With Joseph and the Amazing Technicolor Dreamcoat, now starring Andy Gibb. The New York Times called Joseph a buoyant musical, and John Simon in New York Magazine said, Joseph is popular theater at its best. Don't miss Andy Gibb in Joseph and the Amazing Technicolor Dreamcoat at the Royale Theater. Call Telecharge 212-239-6200.
Turned out for baby brother Andy Gibbs' debut in Joseph and the Amazing Technicolor Dreamcoat.
When I got to Triathon, I knew my sheepskin days were gone.
Broadway's the latest triumph for Andy Gibb, who's made the crossover from pop singing star to the world of musical theater.
I've done the show for a month now in Philadelphia. But tonight, besides number one, it's Broadway. Besides that, my brothers being in the audience. My mother and father have seen the show before. But having my brothers in the audience, I was very nervous.
I was one of Eagle's millionaires.
He always said one day he's going to make it on Broadway, and I think it's wonderful.
Did all you Gibbs boys sit around when you were kids and say, hey, let's go out and get famous?
We've always wanted to be on the stage, and Andy came in. I mean, when he was born, the music was in the family, and it just continued within Andy. This business is tough enough if you're on your own, you know? You have to have your whole family behind you.
Barbara Hauer, Entertainment Tonight.
What do Cats, Evita, and Joseph and the Amazing Technicolor Dreamcoat all have in common? Well, they all have music by one of the finest British imports around, Andrew Lloyd Webber. Come December 1st, Joseph will have as its new star one of the most popular, successful performers in music today. He is, of course, Andy Gibb. And here he is with Sharon Brown, other members of the cast, aboard the Thanksgiving Day pirate ship. Sails are set for entertainment. The song, Any Dream Will Do.
What I thought I knew, far, far away. Someone was moving, but the world was still. Any dream will do. I wore my coat with golden lining, bright colors shining, wonderful and new. And in the east, the dawn was breaking, and the world was waking. Any dream will do. A crash of drums, a flash of light, my golden coat flew out of sight. The colors faded into darkness, I was left alone. May I return to the beginning. The light is dimming, and the dream is too. The world and I, we are still waiting, still hesitating. Any dream will do. A crash of drums, a flash of light,
That's good stuff, Andy Gibb. And I don't mean this as a plug, but since this is a family day, family fair, Joseph, it's terrific stuff, really is. It's a lot of fun.
In Joseph and the Amazing Technicolor Dreamcoat. We're going to talk to Andy in a minute. First, here's a little clip from the show. Clip was shot opening night, and this, as you can see, was not a rock concert.
No, definitely not, no.
A little different, right?
Yeah.
It's something new.
Yeah, it is for me. Well, I did theater once before this. I did Pirates of Penzance for 4 months.
In California?
Right, yeah.
But that's not... Now, doing anything in California, and I don't mean to sound provincial, is not the same as opening on Broadway in New York. I mean, it's just not the same ballgame.
Certainly not. Right. Well, when you talk Broadway, that's the peak of theater. That's everybody's dream.
As I was watching the clip, I said, no falsetto this time.
Right.
It must be a nice break for you just to get out there and belt and not have to worry about disco movements, but it's a more fluid thing.
What I like about this show, unlike Gilbert and Sullivan, is it's a little bit more pop-style singing.
Mm-hmm.
Whereas Gilbert and Sullivan, you've got to be a little bit more the tenor-style singing, have a bit of training.
Right.
Well, this is pretty suitable for me.
In the TV commercial promo for the play, there's that scene about the Elvis, and is that you in the play? Do you get to do the little hip pushing forward number?
The Elvis? I don't play the Elvis scene.
No, too bad.
That's a man called Tom Carter.
Okay. All right. I was just curious.
No, I've had a lot of costume changes if I did that.
Yeah.
Is this, in part, any sort of an attempt, Andy, for you to maybe transition out of the teeny bopper thing a little bit and begin to move toward an older audience or a more sophisticated type of audience?
At first I just wanted to, not just to be known as a recording artist. I thought it'd be nice just to, if I'm going to be in show business, to try anything I think I can do. And if I fall on my face, well, that's one thing. But, try theater, try films later on if I can.
Well, at age 25, you have still the room to fail if you did run into something that, you couldn't handle. And you also have achieved an amount of success in a fairly brief amount of time that would cushion you, I would guess, against anything down the road. You had 2 million-selling long-playing albums before you were 20 years old. And, of course, the last 2 or 3 years after that have just been setting one record after another.
Right.
It came very fast, and it came in large quantity for you, success.
Sure did.
Is that a tough thing to fool with when it comes almost like a tidal wave like that?
Yeah, it certainly made me very spoiled. I thought that it was always going to be that way, and there would always be those #1 hit records and stuff. Also, I'd be foolish to deny it. You certainly do get an ego, and you've got to try and come back down to earth and control that. It was a pretty wild roller coaster ride for those 2 or 3 years.
At which point did you recognize that the ego was being shifted around a little bit? Was there any incident or just your attitude about things in general?
I'm just now looking back, remembering how I was, and I was just lucky that somewhere along the way, I just changed and started to come back down to earth.
In some things I was reading about, it seems like you've been around to me forever. It said 6 years. However, and when you were 8 or 9 years old, thanks to your older brothers, there were a lot of things that you learned about show business and its tremendous success. And I'm thinking mostly about the things that were happening around your house, the craziness, the people coming and going and screaming on the lawns.
Hey, what is that like? I mean, you're the only guy in the world who grew up as the younger brother of the Bee Gees when they did the Saturday Night Fever track and literally owned every jukebox, every radio station, not only in this country, but I guess that album sold all over the world.
That was the biggest selling soundtrack in history.
And here you are, a young guy who's going through, at that particular time in anybody's life, it's tough enough to get from being a kid to trying to be something approaching an adult. But it must have been, with all of this other thing going on, it must have been absolute lunacy.
Well, it was lunacy, but it was also very exciting. We've always had that kind of excitement around the family, and as far back as I can ever remember, my brothers were well known. So I've always grown up in that, and of course I've always got on with people older than myself. I always grew up with older people. And lunacy, yes, but fun.
But fun, yeah.
And there was a time when you wanted to be part of the Bee Gees, but probably it's better it worked out that you didn't.
I'm kind of glad now it really didn't work out. You know, the way it works now is that occasionally we'll sing on each other's records or something, or get up in concert with each other.
Did you have that thing from, I have a younger brother, and older brothers treat younger brothers a certain way. I mean, that's just the way it's supposed to be.
You're cruel to him, Jack.
You know what I'm talking about. And the younger brothers will come along and say, can I go play? And say, nah, no.
Go away.
And all of a sudden, young Andy, baby of the family, takes off like the proverbial 4th of July skyrocket. Was there a little, well, I guess I showed them guys I could do a little something. I mean, you had to do a little of that someplace.
As a matter of fact, maybe just a little bit.
Just a smidgen.
They've actually always been very proud and very protective of me. They've given me a lot of advice and a lot of tips and stuff, and they don't let me stray too far wrong.
Well, the thing with brothers is it's all right for the older brother to pick on it, but nobody else can touch the younger brother. Right. You know, there's that protective...
Absolutely.
Right?
Yeah, that's nice to have 3 quite powerful brothers, isn't it?
Did you get a telegram from them on opening night?
Oh, they were there.
Oh, were they?
Came,
oh,
yes.
My goodness.
Except for one brother who's coming in this week to see the show.
I imagine that was a distraction.
I was reading, are they going to do the track for the Saturday Night Fever sequel,
Yes,
I think?
As a matter of fact, I'm probably one of the few people that have a cassette at home of the new tracks that they've written for it, and they're amazing. They really are amazing, yeah.
Well, I thank you for stopping by. It's the first time we've had a chance to talk to you on Live at 5. We're apparently doing quite well over on the Great White Way, and it's nice to get a chance to visit with you a little bit.
Thank you. My pleasure.
Joseph and the amazing Technicolor Dreamcoat. He danced and he sang for an audience that included his brothers, the Bee Gees, among other celebrities, standing room only tonight at the Royale Theater, but we managed to save some good seats for you as well. We asked Andy if he wanted to talk about this. He says, I think I'll let my singing speak for itself.
Rats, my letter's running.
Returning to the scene of the crime, eh? They always do that, you know, advance, Dylan.
I say,
Oh, the poor fellow is ringing wet. He'll catch his death.
an angel of mercy.
He'll catch more than that when we turn him over to the authorities.
I'm a bit confused.
We're not on them. He's far too clever for you.
You don't seem to understand.
Oh, quiet harbinger of evil. Letty, bind his hands and feet.
I myself? I'd rather not, miss.
Lady Grace, I have him covered. Assist Letty, if you will. Do. Hold fast, Violet.
I think it's possible you have me confused with someone else.
I said quiet. We know more about you than you think, and we need hear none of your cunning lies.
Gentle miss, I appeal to you.
Oh, yes. Yes.
Can you do nothing?
Don't cut off his circulation.
Thank you.
Don't be taken in by his wiles, my dear. The hardest criminal can, on occasion, display charm.
Oh, but Miss Tweed.
Ah, Letty! I believe I hear the men without it.
Now, don't knock up the carpet.
We've covered every inch of the island.
The rifle water that washed up the big completely.
We found not a trace of the enemy.
Everything so vanished in the thin air.
Only to reappear.
Who is this?
If my deductions are correct, this is our man.
No, this is our murderer.
Murderer? Is that what you... Murderer?
Oh, please don't say anything else.
But what would be his motive?
Simple. He has a letter on his chest. He is a college student. College students are notoriously impoverished. He came here hoping to steal something of value. Was discovered by Lord Breaker. Oh, and immediately did him in.
Oh, but what?
Quiet, my dear. I haven't finished. Therefore, I deduce that this young man is not only a college student and a thief, but a murderer as well. Letty, I believe, if you will, search his knapsack, you will find the weapon.
Let's see. Shirt, pair of trousers, cucumber sandwich. Oh, thank you. Well, there's nothing else in here but...
Be careful not to smudge the fingerprints.
Miss Tweed, you are remarkable. Well done. Yes, well done.
May I speak?
Oh, yes, it's only fair.
You may speak, but don't expect any of us to believe a word you say.
Now, your first deduction was correct. I am a college student, but I am no thief. I'm a third oarsman. My team and I were rowing on the lake when the storm overcame us. Our tiny craft capsized, and the rest of the team swam to the mainland. I, not wanting to ruin my jersey, swam here. It was closer. My intention was to cross the bridge to the mainland. And finding it washed out, I came here for refuge.
A likely story.
It sounds plausible.
And instead of refuge, I find myself accused of murder. A murder I did not commit.
Yes, there have been 2 murders.
That's right. What about Clive's murder, Miss Tweed? A Happenstance thief wouldn't have had time to wire the stairs.
By Jove, she's right, you know. Good thinking, miss.
But what about the gun? He did have a gun.
It has been fired recently.
Yes, it has. That is a starting pistol. It fires blank. In that case, you won't mind my pointing it at you. Why, no. Then why are you so nervous? Just that I've never had a gun pointed at me before. And you still maintain this is a blank pistol? Yes. It is. Well, in that case, you won't mind my firing it at you. I think you can untie me now.
Well, we all make mistakes.
Look, I know that I'm an outsider. But now that I'm inside, will somebody please explain what's going on?
Well, I think I'd better explain, my dear. You see, we're all the weekend guests of the late Lord Ranker.
How late?
Approximately 3 hours and 30 minutes. You see, he and his butler Clive have been murdered this evening.
Murdered? In this house?
Yes, one upstairs and one on. Naturally, you being the only stranger in our midst, we suspected you.
Well, is help on the way?
Well, how could help be on the way? The bridge is washed out.
Have you telephoned?
Telephone, of course.
Isn't he wonderful?
Are you there?
Oh,
operator. I see this. Can you hear me? Hello, operator. Hello.
The wire has been cut.
Good God, the wire has been cut. Operator, the wire has been cut.
Anyone see my garden shears? Cut wire, missing shear.
Is this the only telephone in the house?
Oh, no, there's one in every room.
Would you check then?
Alone.
Oh, I'll help.
Oh, but hadn't you better change first? You're soaked to the skin.
How thoughtful of you to notice.
Hello there. Gas!
Quickly, come and open the door.
No need for that. The danger lies only with the person in the direct line of fire.
Let me fetch the doctor's bag. I see you know your gases, Colonel.
Well, I should. Fought in the Great War, you know. Is it lethal, Colonel?
Oh, Clermont.
I would say that death was almost...
Instantaneous! No, the doctor murdered too.
Is it murder this time?
It looks that way.
Another fiendishly concocted device. A tiny mechanism set to simulate the ringing of a telephone.
Well, I thought it sounded like a telephone bell myself.
What are we to do? Get off this. Cut us too. Oh, what are we to do? Doctor, to the library.
This may not be a good time to bring this up, but we men have been out fighting the elements, and I, for one, could do with a bracer of tea.
After this harrowing experience, I think we'd all be wanting tea, Letty. I told you, I'm not going in there alone. We'll be happy to accompany you, won't we, Colonel?
Yes, of course. Yes, you allow me.
Lady Graham? No, thank you, Miss Tweed. I am très fatiguée. If you will excuse me, I shall go to my bed and have a little rest. You won't forget to bolt the door, dear. Oh, just to bolt the door, I'll bolt the door. The windows, too. If you want me, I'm under my bed.
One would think they left us alone for a purpose.
Perhaps so I can get to know you better. I don't know you at all, and yet I feel I've known you all my life.
Me too. I don't frighten you, though, do I?
Oh, no. How could I be frightened of you? There's a hint of hidden danger when you meet a dashing stranger. And I don't know why I trust you, but I do. Yes, I do. When our glances coincided, on your face had been decided. And I don't know why I trust you, but I do. Yes, I do. You've given my heart a shift. You've mastered that ancient gift. What a gift, you're my knight without his armor. But you're still my princely charmer. Like a Lancelot, you're too good to be true. Oh, I don't know why I trust you, but I do. Yes, I do. Oh, I don't know why I trust you, but I do.
There is danger with a stranger from the moment of our meeting. I felt we were repeating an encounter we'd encountered once before.
Tell me more.
Let your heart start beating faster. It's the well-known love forecaster. Let our hearts collide. There's happiness in store.
Together and close we glide.
Warmer than toast inside, toast inside, toast inside. When I trust in you with us, we feel like bread and butter. Living in the marmalade of two for two.
Me for you.
Oh, I don't know why I trust you. Oh, I don't know why I trust you. I don't know why I trust you, but I do. Yes, I do. I don't know why, but I do. Yes, I do. I don't know why, but I do. My name's Jeffrey.
Of course, Jeffrey. And I'm Hope.
Hello, Hope. Hello, what's this? She has a cinder in her eye.
Oh, yes, this one.
Oh, can I help?
Oh, well, it seems to be all right. Now.
Where are the others? Making tea. Shall we join them?
Oh, well, we were just going into the study to
look for clues.
Yes, clues.
You must come back into the kitchen. We just uncorked the most provocative bottle of Langdon 26 I have ever come across.
Miss Tweed, you'll never guess what Jeffrey found. We were examining Clive's body, and he found this gun.
Examining the body?
Oh, I'm sorry. I probably brushed up the fingerprints.
Good work, young man. Could this be Lord Renter's murder weapon? Good. Ah, there you are, Mr. Flint. Do you recognize this pistol? I've never seen it before. Could it have belonged to Clive? I wouldn't know. Or perhaps to Lord Renter? I wouldn't know. Well, we'll put it in the desk near our other weapon, the telephone. Here. What's these are your missing garden shells. Well, how'd they get in there? Somebody put them there. And possibly someone put this gun on Clyde's body just as someone put gas in the telephone. But who? Where was I? Ah.
Who did? Will they do it again? Who's next? There's a culprit to uncover. It is urgent to discover. Who did it?
It's right there, and what a wealth of clues. The telephone's ingenious bell. Suspicious! The colonel knows his gas as well. Suspicious! The servants are a crafty pair. The lady's French than ordinary. Malicious. Suspicious. Suspicious. The nephew is the uncle's heir. Suspicious. The sweet young thing has peroxide hair. Suspicious. The young man smudged up fingerprints. The house is full of clues and hints. Suspicious. Suspicious. Delicious. Thrilling. The sweetest in our element. Adventure. It's the only life for me. Ha-ha! Malice, mayhem, mystery, murder, just my cup of tea. He said he moved the master's car. Suspicious! And here is something far too far suspicious. If suspect 5 and suspect 3 have known each other previously, then everything is obviously suspicious. Suspicious!
A thrilling environment.
Adventure is the only life for me. Ha-ha!
The sweetest in her element.
Malice, mayhem, mystery, murder. Malice, mayhem, mystery, murder.
Mystery is thereabout. Suspicious. We think we've got it figured out. Suspicious. The one who knows too much indeed is that amazing McQueen.
What?
Suspicious.
What?
Suspicious.
No!
Suspicious. Suspicious. Suspicious.
The telephone's ingenious bell.
The colonel knows his gas as well. The nephew is the uncle's heir.
Servants are a crafty pair.
Sophie's rather shady.
Could the culprit be the lady?
That man smudged the fingerprints.
But the missing shears were flints.
Was it Creed? Was it Tweed? All the suspicions bingo. We all voice of guilty thinker. This one did it. That one did it.
This one. That one. This one. That one. You.
Order, we must have order.
Grace, try the light switch.
Here it is.
What's the matter?
What's going on?
Miss Tweed, let me explain.
Please do, Colonel. He was attempting to remove the remains.
Only into the library with the others. Grace.
Oh, I see. Well, then, let's do it.
Oh, Miss Tweed,
No, thank you, Jeffrey. I need the exercise.
Well, down again.
Good work, Prince. Very good work.
Oh, it happens all the time.
And how was it repaired?
Well, I'll just fiddle with the generator.
Indeed. And is the generator our only source of power?
Yes, miss.
Well, then I think we'd better have a look. Come along, Colonel.
I'm going with you. Oh, Jeffrey, you're so naughty. Oh, there you are. He's been
Nigel!
I've been poisoned, damn it.
Is he dead?
Struck down in the primal life by a heavy metal object, I would say.
Oh, I don't feel well.
That makes two of us.
Perhaps you should lie down, love.
Gentlemen, the library.
The Colonel?
Yes?
But how?
A poisoned dog?
No.
With dignity, then. Sailor dear.
I'm getting out of here.
Oh, now let it go. Do anything rash.
Yes, I'm not going to be the next one dragged into the library. They're dropping like flies. I'm getting out of here if I have to swim the lake.
Now, Letty, you're just excited.
Excited, of course I'm excited. With 5 of us left, the odds aren't very good for me, are they?
That's quite right, my dear, considering one of us is the murderer.
I said I'm leaving.
Yes, now let it
Hands on! Suspect! What? Yes, I suspect you as much as him or her. Who knew this house inside and out?
Now, wait a minute. Who knew the master inside of it? Letty, please, calm down.
And then when you appeared out of nowhere, I wouldn't trust him for a minute, you foxy Oxford coxswain.
Foxy Oxford coxswain. That's easy for you to say.
Please, we are all under suspicion. Let us not forget that.
I haven't forgotten that. And I'm going to pack this minute.
Letty is right. We must pack and be prepared to leave as soon as it is climatically possible.
It'll be a while.
Nevertheless, pack.
Pack. Pack. Knapsack. Pack.
Oh, Jeffrey!
Are you quite all right?
All right? How can I possibly be all right? This house, these people, it's a madhouse. I can't stand it. I can't.
Oh, darling.
At it again.
The chandelier!
It barely missed her.
What happened?
The chandelier fell. The rope's not broke. Must have slipped.
I doubt that this was an accident.
That means you were supposed to be next. Oh, Jeffrey.
Don't worry, I'm here.
But where were you 5 minutes ago?
Where were we all 5 minutes ago?
I'd better get this thing out of here.
Letty, I think we would all be wanting tea.
Oh, yes, please. Yeah, I guess you need it. Well, who's going to come with me?
I'll be right back.
My dear, tea will be a few minutes. I think we should take advantage of this time and put your things together.
But what about Jeffrey?
He'll be along in a moment.
Well, we've got the gas on.
Yeah, but we need a match to light it. Hey, where are you two off to?
I have some more things to bring down.
And I'm going to get ready to leave. Yeah, well, I'm packed already, and as soon as I get your tea made, I'm getting out of there.
Here's your light, Letty.
Oh, Jeffrey, I always have trouble closing up my valise.
I'm a crackerjacket policeman.
What about the tea?
I'll give you any assistance you need. I say, what about tea?
Tea. Letter. Oh, where is that girl? You don't suppose... Ah, no. There's her valise. Here. What have we here? And what have we here? Gentlemen, something's afoot. Another diabolical plot?
You don't think she would have?
She couldn't have. She did.
Oh.
Gentlemen!
The library.
are those Chinese?
Oh, Miss Tweed, have you seen Geoffrey? I sent him for my tea.
Tea?
Yes, you know, the tea that Letty was making.
Letty was unable to complete the task.
Why?
Another fiendishly concocted device.
Oh, Miss Tweed. Oh, I do wish Geoffrey were here.
He'll be here in a moment. Why don't you sit down? Oh, I wish we had the tea.
Here, I'll make the tea. I could do with some myself.
Oh, Geoffrey.
Are you all right?
I will be after I have my tea. Flint is making it.
I wonder if Letty remembered to turn off the gas.
Good night, sweet Flint.
I feel terribly guilty. I should have remembered the gas.
Don't blame yourself, Geoffrey. Accidents do happen.
That's right. It was an accident this time, wasn't it?
And I feel I'm to blame.
No, Geoffrey, I understand what you're saying, my dear. Mr. Flint wasn't murdered.
That's right.
8 deaths have occurred in this house this evening. 7 obviously premeditated. The 8th, Flint's, was accidental, a provident twist of fate.
Come again?
Provident for us that fate struck him down before his plans for our deaths came to fruition.
Then Flint is the murderer.
Precisely.
Yes, dear.
Oh, I've suspected him for some time.
Yes, living here, he should know the house quite well. Better than anybody.
But have you considered his motive?
Yes, insanity.
Really?
There's no other possible solution. Pathological killers need no motivation.
Yes, I've heard that too.
Listen. The rain, it stopped.
We'll soon be able to leave.
It's almost dawn. We'll wait until sunup.
I should finish my packing.
Ah, before you do anything more, my dear, I think you should read this. I've been waiting for the proper moment to give it to her.
Lord Ranker's will? Why should I read it?
Turn to the second page.
Oh, dear, I think I should sit down.
Hope, is anything wrong?
On the contrary, Miss Langdon is heir to the Ranker fortune.
What?
Oh, that's what it says, Geoffrey. Read it. But why, Miss Tweed? I don't understand.
You are the love child of Lady Manley-Brow and Colonel Gilweather. Your birth, unfortunately, was illegitimate.
Does that mean I'm a
Yes, my dear, but a very rich one. You are the adopted daughter of Lord Ranker. For reasons of his own, he preferred to remain anonymous.
And you never knew?
Oh, I hadn't an inkling.
Dudley wanted it that way.
Then that's why I was invited here this weekend. I had wondered.
Yes, dear. Hope, you're a very lucky girl.
Yes, I am. And I'm lucky to have such a good friend in you, Miss Tweed.
And you are a masterly detective.
Tell us, however do you do it?
Books?
Books. Books about suspense, mystery, and murder.
Why, whatever do you mean, Miss Tweed?
I owe it all to Agatha Christie and Arthur Conan Doyle, Charlie Chan, and Mary Roberts Reinhardt taught me criminology is definitely a fine art with the nod of the head. To William Shakespeare, that which is true, contained true or true. I owe it all to Agatha Christie. I gave Mercy for free.
Oh, Miss Tweed, you're such...
I owe a bit to Will T. Collins and Gardner Stanley Earl. I have learned detection from the masters. When a culprit's on the loose, I'm not a novice at the dose. And look where and why, and who has done it. But I must give my lecture a due. Oh, Agatha Christie, are watching too. And already voted book that will contain the clue. Starter after said he gets an headache with his feet. He also hides the knowledge all the devils is to learn with a nod of the head. To William Shakespeare, there's much ado in Richard III and II. Oh, you owe it all to Agatha Christie, and we owe it all to you. My heart is pounding madly. It beats a white and cold explosion round inside me. You're saying I'm not Agatha, Agatha, Aggie. You don't feel that's the carry on. Don't be afraid. When you can be courageous, why be afraid? I see it on the lake. Carry, we shall carry. We owe it all to Agatha Christie and Arthur Conan Doyle. You bet your bumbershoot. Charlie Chan and Mary Roberts Reinhardt taught us criminology is definitely a fine art with a nod of the head. To William Shakespeare, that which true contains a clue or two. We owe it all to Agatha Christie, Agatha Christie. We're all on Christie, Agatha Christie. Agatha Christie, God bless you. In fact, I feel very creative. As we have some time, I think I'll paint. Paint? Jeffrey, yes, you make the perfect model. Fetch my paints for me, will you, dear? Oh, do you really think you would make the perfect model? Yes, a perfect specimen. Oh, Miss Tweed, do let me watch. No, I want this to be my little surprise for the two of you. Oh, well, then I won't bother you. I'll just pop upstairs and finish my packing.
Shouldn't I go with her?
Oh, there's no danger now.
You're right. But what shall I do?
Oh, you just stand in a comfortable position and hold it. I know. Make a muscle. Yes, that's it. Now hold it. Oh, you're doing splendidly. Now, for the hair, a little amber and a tad of umber. The mixing is so important, you know. You and Hope seem so very close. Are you sure you've never met before?
No, never. It's a happy coincidence us meeting this way.
It's been an evening of coincidence. For instance, Hope's parents, her real parents, been here, and your unexpected arrival coincidence. Like, your suggestion that we use the telephone. And you found the gun on Clive's body, and you accidentally left the gas on.
Yes, I feel awful about that. But we got our murderer.
No, we didn't, Jeffrey. It wasn't Flint.
Well, there are only 3 of us left. You don't suspect me.
Not like that. No, dear, not you. I was talking about coincidence. You were the uninvited guest, whereas I have been planning this weekend for weeks and weeks.
You've been? I'd better see what's keeping Hope.
No. Hope is perfectly safe. She has nothing to worry about. The house. Of course. Jeffrey, I deduced it. I know who the murderer is.
Really?
I should have known it all along. It's elementary. All that's required is putting this and that together. Now I've got the answer. Jeffrey, the murderer is...
Jeffrey, who? Oh, my God.
So it was you all the time.
What?
You're the one. You're the murderer.
Hope, what are you talking about?
What a fool I've been.
Darling, let me explain.
Explain? I've just seen you with my own two eyes. I was blind not to see it before.
You're making a mistake.
I suppose I'm not.
Hope, stop it.
Oh, get away from me.
Hope.
Oh, Lieutenant Leo, of course. You've already tried once, haven't you?
No.
Well, it won't be so easy this time.
Hope, you're becoming hysterical.
Take one more step.
You're mad.
I mean it, Jeffrey.
Hope, you're behaving like a lunatic.
It's very easy to kill Jeffrey.
Then you must be the murderer.
Oh, don't try to confuse me.
Hope, how could
I
you?
don't want to hear any more.
But Hope, I love you.
Jeffrey, look! Behind you, a gramophone.
There's a record on it.
Do you think we should play it?
Of course.
It needs cranking up, Jeffrey.
Oh.
The invitation to the others. My dearest Hope.
Whose voice is that?
This is your foster father, Dudley Ranker, speaking. Welcome to Ranker's retreat. Yes, my dear, I am the culprit.
But why?
I shall explain. You are now of legal age and can inherit my estate without the hindrance of parents or guardian interfering in your future happiness. Better you remain an orphan. The Colonel and Manly Bow have been disposed of, and I, being an old hand at the bar, have tried and convicted myself.
He took his own life.
And have taken my own life as well.
And what about the others?
There were 3 others who knew of your illegitimacy. Clive, Dr. Crayburn, who delivered you, and Miss Tweed. Tweed, that old ninny, was your nanny.
No.
The first 6 months of your life. Being a snoop, when she learned of your true identity, no doubt she would have come to all the proper or improper conclusions. Nigel would have contested the will. Letty was blackmailing me for personal reasons. And Flint was a gripper. That is the why. Would you like to know how I did it?
Oh, yes.
Then turn me over. Here is how I did it. In every instance, I had an accomplice. The victim himself, for example. Clive had a penchant for punctuality. Dinner was always announced from the stair at precisely 7:15. The explosion was triggered for...
7:15.
Precisely. Nigel and Letty had one thing in common. Greed. Greed led Nigel to the will and Letty to the bars. I must tell you about the
No,
bars.
Jeffrey, I don't want to hear any more. Turn down the sound. So he did it all for me.
He planned everything. Except, of course, for my being here.
Oh, Jeffrey.
To us.
Oh, Jeffrey, it must be moving. Jeffrey, look, it's a new day. Here is the new day we've waited for. It's a new day, yours and mine.
Oh, we'll start a new life on this new day, and a new sun will shine. Hand in hand, we will greet the world as we sing along our way. Raise up your voices and join our song. It's a new day. It's a new day, Lord, and bright. So we'll start a new life.
And knowing that old Flint habitually takes nips of the wine from the crystal canter, I have liberally laced it with arsenic. And so, my dear Hope, my deeds are done. The world is yours. It's a new day. New day. New day. It's a new day.
To Agatha Christie and Arthur Conan Doyle. You bet your bonnet to Starring and Mary Robert Knight. For the criminology is meant to be a final with the novel ahead. To William Shakespeare, a pretty proof and many proof for two. So we owe it all to Agatha Christie, Agatha Christie, Agatha Christie, Agatha Christie. Christie,